Most women are receptive to men with a cool and calm demeanor, right? See, the thing about a lot of these other channels, right? And hey, look, everyone has their own strategy. Everybody has something that works for them, right? Not everything is for everybody. Let's get this understood. But for the most part, in my experience, personally, and peeping out wise of how other men that were getting women, how their behavior was, how their demeanor was, most of the time it was cool and calm, right? Cool, calm demeanor. And for the most part, most females are going to be receptive to that. Why is that? Because they feel a sense, it's pretty common sense. You know what I'm saying, fellas? It's pretty common sense. A lot of these other channels are gonna tell you to be dark triad and tell you to go out your way to be a narcissist and stuff. Like, yeah, like some of these channels are gonna tell you to be a narcissist for the sake of getting women. Let me tell you something, fellas. My bad. I'm smelling this. Y'all know when y'all go to the mall and they spray the cologne, this shit smells so good. I want to say it's Bulgari. Shit smells so good. Anyway, but let me tell y'all something, fellas. If you compromise your morals, okay, now other channels are gonna tell you other stuff, and you can follow them. If you following me, this is my philosophy. If you compromise your morals and act like a complete scumbag just for women, what does that say about you? What does that say about you as a man that you have to compromise what you feel deep down inside is not right, right? Just to get some snatch. That's beta, right? If you want to go this whole beta and all that shit, that's pretty fucking beta to me. When you sacrifice what you feel like is right, what you feel like is moral, just to get some snatch. Am I telling you to be a pushover? Of course not. There's a difference. You don't need to be a narcissist. You don't need to be dark triad and put on this fake dark triad like super villain type of vibe to not be a pushover. Okay? You just have to be a solid dude, right? And the thing about it is, some men are gonna come and argue with this. Like they might leave a comment, "Oh, that's the only thing that works with women." Not for me. You can't tell me. You can't tell me and other men who have this type of cool and calm demeanor. You can't tell them that them being cool, calm, having a regular conversation. Who would have thought, right? Who the fuck would have thunk, right? You can't tell them that they weren't successful with women by just being cool and calm. Fellas, the most play I ever got was just being cool and calm, right? I'm naturally, I am introverted, right, to an extent. And when I say introverted, sometimes I just don't feel, I don't like carrying out conversations, right? I rather keep it somewhat short. You feel me? But of course, I'm not a mute, obviously. I do talk. So when I do talk to a young lady, it's cool. It's just a flow. It's a flow. Let me tell you something. When you know that the conversation is doing good, and when you know that you're doing good with females, is when the conversation flows. Okay, let me give y'all an example. Let's say you strike up a convo, and what I mean, you're like, "Hey, what's going on with you?" Right? And mind you guys, I'm in a relationship now. I'm just telling you guys, the ones that are still out here, right? And hey, look, this could lead to a relationship too, because females like a cool and calm, collected dude. Like I said, you still need to put the boundaries down. You still need to know, still need to let her know what it is, right? You still need to, before you even get in a relationship, I'm not talking about a relationship, but you need to let her know rules and guidelines of what's cool and what's not, right? So anyway, now that we got that out the way, hey, look, the most successful times was when I was just, when you get in that flow. When you get in that flow, for example, like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm good." Then you ask her a question, like just a random question. If it's a Friday or something like that, "Hey, look, what you getting? What you got going on this weekend?" "Oh, I like to go to this spot or whatever." then you follow right back. You're like, oh, you like to go to them type of spots? Okay, cool. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever tried this other spot that's across the street or something like that? Then she answers right back. And it's a flow. You know, I'm just giving you guys an example. It's not anything concrete, right? But it's just a flow. It's just a interaction. Bam. Now all of a sudden she's talking to you. She feels comfortable because you're cool and calm. You're not thirsty. You're just talking to her like a human being. You're just talking to her like you would a friend, right? And of course, when you're with her, you know, if you want to escalate it, it's more, you know, of course you're going to be flirty with her. You know, hopefully you don't flirt with your homeboys, you know, if that's your thing, you know, it might not be the channel for you, but y'all get what I'm saying. You know, you throw in a little flirtation, you cool. And see, flirting, it don't have to be over the top. Flirting could just be you, like I said, just being laid back, cool, calm, and collected, having good eye contact, carrying out a convo. Fellas, believe it or not, carrying out a decent combo and you guys are in that flow state to where it's effortless, that's pretty much flirting, right? That's pretty much flirting. Now, there's levels to it. There's levels to flirting. But for the most part, there you have it. That's your flirt right there, is having a normal ass convo. You guys are going back and forth. She's feeling good, right? Because we all know women are very emotional. Shit, hell, men are emotional creatures too, right? You know, we are, right? Like, it's not like we're emotional. It's not like we're robots. So when we're talking to the chick, she making us feel good too, right? And she's being feminine, we being masculine. She's being feminine, she's being soft. You know, she got a soft voice, she has a soft demeanor, she's got a pretty smile, all that good stuff. You know, she's leaning towards you, right? Meaning she's receptive. That's what we like about females, is that kind of leaning to us, not physically, right? Not physically in this sense, but more energy wise, right? You know, she's laughing, she's, you know, carrying on a conversation, she's being open. We start feeling good too. And we feel attraction. Now, of course, needs to be a physical attraction there, right? Needs to be some kind of physical attraction, but that's besides the point. Just throwing it out there. It needs to be some kind of physical attraction. But yeah, you guys are going back and forth. Bam, that's what it is right there. And all you weren't some kind of dark triad, right? You weren't some kind of dark, narcissistic, a-hole douchebag, you know, changing your whole demeanor just because you want to get some snatch. You didn't have to do all of that. Okay? And the other thing too is, fellas, you have to really think to yourself, if you had to be a piece of shit to attract this chick, right? Or if you had to exhibit these type of personality traits and that wasn't you, do you honestly think that's the right type of female for you? Now, if you're naturally, you know, like that, if that's your natural personality is narcissist, dark triad, whatever. Hey, look, I would be telling you to change your personality by telling you to be cool and calm, right? Even though some narcissists are cool and calm on the surface until you really get to know them, right? But that's besides the point, right? If that works for you, hey, go ahead, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing. But I'm talking about for my guys who are just regular guys, just regular average dudes that want to have a decent conversation. Because fellas, I know a lot of you guys, y'all don't want to be this fake ass narcissist and fake a-hole that a lot of these channels try to portray you to be. They're telling you to change your whole persona. Okay? If a chick is, you know, likes you because you have narcissistic traits, what does that say about her? Right? What does that say about her? Is that the type of chick that, because you're faking it, right? You're faking this whole persona, but she's for real with it. So eventually she's you know, you're gonna change up because that's not you. You're gonna turn into the cool and calm collector. She's gonna like, wait a minute, you know, he's not the same narcissist that I met. I'm falling out of love with him, right? And that's, fellas, I'm telling you from, you know, what I could tell you is, of course, my personal experience, but even though it's my personal experience, I know that it's just not me personally, because I know other guys that have gotten women because they were cool, calm, and collected. The most times I ever thought that I ever was successful with young ladies, right? When they wanted to hang out, when they wanted to, you know, date and hook up and all that good stuff was when I was just in a free flowing state. The best times, we would have a real cool night. It would be fun. We would be sharing laughs. We would be sharing little jokes, sharing simple convo. It's really not, and a lot of guys are like, yeah, you have to get your looks up and you have to, hey, look, if you have to get your physical appearance up as well, yes, that's going to be like the cherry on top, right? That is going to be the cherry on top. Some guys don't need it. Some guys are like, hey, look, I can just get away with game. And I bet you the guys that get away with just having game are guys that are cool, calm, and collected, right? They have that type of demeanor. I bet you the type of guys that are like, I don't need any muscle and I don't need to work out are guys who are calm and collected. That would probably be exactly their type of personality trait, is just chill, laid back, not really sweating anything, right? So in either case, if you are physically fit or you're just the average guy, that's going to be your best bet. Just do not change into some kind of monster and sell your soul, right? Because that's what you doing. You selling your soul for some snatch, just to get some snatch, because that's not you, player, right? You're really a cool guy. You're really a cool and calm guy. So embrace that. It's worked for me since forever, okay? And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.